Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Are you ready?
Live.
Okay. So, yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world today. My name is Nekpe Obasoge, broadcasting live from Toronto, Canada. And today we are here to discuss about Nigeria. Uh, like what we discussed the last time I hosted Mr. Uraka, and we are doing a follow-up with the same program, a leadership imbalance between the southern and northern political elites in Nigeria.
Hmm.
So this is a very important topic that we just started last 2 weeks. Mr. Raka, thank you for joining us all the way from the northern region of Nigeria. So yeah,
Thank you. Okay, you
so
want
yeah, let's continue with our last discussion about political elites in Nigeria. The leadership imbalance between the northern region of Nigeria and the southern region. We all know that. Majority of the political positions in the country are all concentrated in the hands of the northerners. So we are here we are here to discuss about how we can balance this leadership in Nigeria so that the leadership positions should be equally distributed among citizens in the country. Oh my God. This is oh my God. Oh my God. And we have to wait for Mr. Raka to come back. Guys, no, we can see you. We can see you. So yeah, just log off and log in again. I think mm, serious network problem in Nigeria today. We have been trying to log in since. Okay, it's back. Okay, Mr. Raka, can you hear me now?
Yeah, loud
Okay,
and clear.
like what I said earlier, that today's show is a continuity of our last program when we discussed about leadership struggle between the southern and northern elites in Nigeria. So today we're going to continue with this discussion, leadership imbalance between the southern and northern political elites in Nigeria. So according to what is going on in the country right now, the major political positions in the country are all concentrated in the hands of the northerners. So this program is specifically focusing on how to advocate against this political imbalance in the country. Go ahead, Mr. Raka.
Now, the first and foremost, there's a pertinent question that we all need to answer. Has Nigeria come to the agreement that there's an imbalance in the first place? Because when you see these political actors engaging in the polity of Nigeria, there is one thing that is very clear. It's as if there's a regional battle between the three tripodal polity of political tripods of Nigeria. That is the Wazobia tripod. These tripods believe they own Nigeria. The rest of us who don't belong in this tripod that is Wazobia tripod. We don't matter. So every time you see there is a new phase to assimilate or to be into Nigerian politics, it's as if it's the selfishness of these tripodal actors that eventually comes to play. Like we said in the other video, the northern politicians see politics as an employment. They see politics as a mainstay, a venture you actually go make policies that drags everything from the country to the north. And even when it did come, even when it does come to the north, it's only shared by a few elites because the north operates an oligarchic system where the poor believe that they were naturally made to be poor and they have no business desiring to be elites. Whereas the elites also in reciprocity believe that they too are born to be rich and then the poor is poor. Which is why I said in other videos that there are statements you hear like Allah Ibaka Kabamu, that means God give to you, you give to me. So it's a mindset that is there. So every time they don't see power after 4 years, they feel that their mainstay has been robbed off from them. As a matter of fact, when they release power to another region or ethnicity, they not seize it as if they are doing a favor to those that are going to have power. And the only people that the North is confident that they can do this power exchange with is the Southwest. So from the video I watched yesterday, I think it was just a small preview. I didn't even finish watching it because before I could link back to the thread, it disappeared. But however, I saw an elderly Yoruba man saying that it is time for the presidency to come to the South, which I totally agree. I'm vehemently in agreement with that notion. But however, he further buttressed his assertion by saying that if it is going to come to South, that the only candidate he sees ripe is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That is where I now started having problem because the South, there's a mutual consensus here. The South sees itself as the golden goose that lays the golden egg, only to be compensated by a fraction of the booty that she gives to the entire country. Whereas the North feels that the egg laid by this golden goose belongs to them. So it's a mentality problem. Now, the bear leg of the tripod sees this alliance between the Zo and the Wa, and therefore feels that they cannot upturn the relationship between the Wa and Zo, and therefore they feel since there are no hope for us to also take charge of this golden goose that lays the golden egg, it's better we go and take the whole of the golden goose to ourselves. So it's a complex, vicious scenario that it takes only a political genius to assess these variables and point out what is actually wrong. You see, the North, every power the North has in politics is enhanced by their alliance with the Southwest.
But Mr.
Now,
Raka, Mr.
yeah,
Raka,
yeah.
when you disagree with the man who says that Bola Tinubu is the candidate, in the southern region of Nigeria, people continue to be questioning the readiness of the political elites in the southern region of Nigeria. Right now, besides Bola Tinubu, is there any other candidate that you can just pinpoint in the southern region? Go ahead.
Yeah, the truth is that this whole thing, it's a mindset. It's a mind enslavement that has been there for many years, for the past 60 years. In fact, as a youth, even at the age of 54, growing up, I always have this mentality that the polity of Nigeria or the leadership of Nigeria, or rulership, if there's a word like that, those we are so accustomed to northern rule. So therefore, when we try to see the possibility of other ethnicities ruling this country, it is very difficult to even assimilate into our head. To answer your question, let me tell you, the problem is not whether we have the candidate. The problem is the type of consciousness we have in the South. Are we truly of the consciousness that we can rule? For God's sake, even me that is sitting here, that is a nobody in the Nigerian polity, can do better than every leader that I've seen that have come to take the mantle of leadership in Nigeria. To answer your question head on, I would tell that we have we have very, very, very capable hands from, in fact, from every ethnicity in the region. We have from the Igbo region, my take, my choice, my opinion anyway. Peter Obi will make a very, very good president. Mogalu will make a very good president.
Mogalu,
Uh,
yes.
yes,
Yes,
Mogalu will make a very good president. Even Omar Agege can make a very good president. Who again from the Yoruba people? I am not abreast with their names, but I know that there are quite capable hands there that are devoid of political sentiments. Now, the truth is that the level of regional greed in Nigeria is just too deep. The
Deep,
level of
yes.
regional greed. The level of
Yes.
regional greed. That is because when we formed ourselves as a nation, we didn't first develop or evolve the consciousness that we are Nigerians. Take America, for instance. America is a multi-ethnic nation. But nobody sees America from the point of the Latin America or the German America or the Jewish America or the Afro-American. The important thing is that we are American and God bless America. So there's a national consciousness. There's a national consciousness. That is what our leaders have not been able to build in us as Nigerians. There was a national consciousness before when we had social studies. I don't know how old you are, but when I was growing up in primary school, there's a textbook that they call Ilesami Social Study. It
Yes,
tells
I
you
know.
about Ilesami Social Study textbook. It tells you about the Northerners, it tells you about the Yorubas, it tells you about the Igbos, it tells you about what the Yorubas produce, what the Igbos produce, and what they not produce. It tells you about the capabilities of all these ethnic nationalities. Now, the people who are in power, because they know this narrative, they want to gradually erode it from our minds, so that we begin to ask the question, who among us is even capable? And then when we indulge in that mental strain in search of capable hands, sometimes our minds deceive us that we are not capable of ruling this country. But the fact is, everything you see that shapes our mind to be thinking this way is a deliberate plan by those who intend to have Nigeria to themselves. The leadership of Muhammadu Buhari has clearly exposed the true intentions of these cabals in Nigeria, the northern cabal. They want to have everything. They don't want to share.
But
That explains that
let me
explains itself. That explains itself in the fact that in the appointment, virtually every institution that drives a nation is handled by the North. And
Mr.
hold
Ranga,
on, let me drop this on just a minute. When we think the North will get to a point whereby they realize that what they are doing is not nation building, it's not nationhood, and that they will renege and try to include other people, they seem to be getting bolder and emboldened every day to want to continue tightening the grip on the stranglehold on the nation's vital arteries that feeds the nation. So this has to stop. This thing has to stop right now, which is why the only time we had a southern governor talking about the only time we had a southern leader talking about Goodluck Jonathan, in as much as I don't want to keep my ears open to the rhetorics that was sold to the rest of Nigeria through Sahara reporters, which is why till tomorrow I don't like Sowore, but today we're not talking about Sowore, that he's a drunkard. The truth is that we had a leader for the first time who wanted to cut across this ethnic sentiment, this regional sentiment, this religious sentiment. For the first time, we had a southern president who didn't mind a northern person to head the National Electoral Commission. For the first time, we had a president who didn't consent. In fact, his own people are even angry that as a president, he didn't do anything in their own place. Now, that is leadership. When you are not constrained by the weight of tribal sentiments, that is leadership. When you are not constrained by religious bigotism, that is leadership. Now we have, they said Goodluck Jonathan is weak. Now we have an iron bender in the person of Muhammadu Buhari, who is strong. And on coming, he started raising the price of everything. You know, I keep wondering if it's the same fuel price that Buhari met at 7 naira and jogged it up to 145. I keep wondering if it's the same price that Goodluck Jonathan increased by 10 naira and the whole country went agog. So there is a consciousness in us in the South that when it comes to the North, don't talk. They are violent. They are powerful. They are this, they are that. So it's a consciousness that the Southern people have to erase from their mind. And what further exacerbates this consciousness is the fact that we have lacked this ability to cohere with one another.
Mr. Oraka, I have something to say about this. Nigeria as a country is a democratic society. Nigeria is a democratic society. Whoever wins this next election rely heavily on the masses. So that is what they will tell you. Practically, but Nigeria is not a democratic society. But in theory, Nigeria, for me, is a democratic society. They will tell you that, okay, Nigeria is a multi-party country. You can, establish your own political party and allow the masses to vote for whoever they believe is capable of running the country.
Hold your thoughts right there. You see, there is something the North do which most of our Southerners, in as much as they are educated, they don't understand them at all. First of all, we look at them as illiterates, as people, because they are not able to string the type of grandiloquence that we fool ourselves with, that because we speak jaw-breaking grammar like your brother, Patrick, somehow we are intelligent. The amount of strange grammar you impute into a stringed sentence doesn't tell how much intelligent or how much intellectuality that you have been able to absorb. No. It's just a mere language of communication. What you don't know is the same way you string complex thoughts with grandiloquent language, the same way the Hausa man can string his own sentence too, but not in English, but with Hausa or Arabic. So at the end of the day, both channels are all communication. But one person using the English language think because of his mastery of English language enables him to feel that he has more intelligence than the person who doesn't speak English. That is a terrible mistake.
That's the mentality of many Nigerians.
Southerners in particular.
It's the Southerners.
In particular.
If you can't speak the grammar, they believe that you are not fit. You are not fit.
Yeah. So to join your word, you use the word democracy. You see, this is where I laugh at Southerners when you see the North using democracy in their language, because they already they know that they have a constitution that is skewed to their favor. They will always remind you of a democracy. In fact, you could see when we talk about impeaching Buhari, because in a civilized country, Buhari has crossed the boundary of impeachment way long ago. In fact, after his first year, they should have impeached this man away from presidency. But they will tell you that such a thought is not possible. In fact, some of them will tell you that how can you impeach a democratically elected president? They forgot that in the same constitution, there are ways that you can remove presidency. Impeachment is part of the constitution. You do not sustain a corpse because he's a president. You do not sustain somebody who is running the country aground because he was democratically elected. You do not sustain somebody who is looking the other way if his brothers are, exerting mayhem on innocent civilians, but is quick to respond when he sees other ethnicities practicing or doing the same thing that his brothers are doing. You do not say such a president should continue to become our president. Now, these are people, they've so brainwashed their oligarchic talakawas. I think in government they are called proletariats. The proletariats also.
Collaterals. Yes.
Proletariats. So
The
they have so brainwashed this that even if today Buhari makes the dollar to become 1,000 naira, I can tell you that if Buhari and Goodluck Jonathan contest again, Buhari will still win Goodluck Jonathan in the north, because to them there is a stamped consciousness that Nigeria say malam. Nigeria say malam means Nigeria must be ruled by an Islamic personality.
Even though they are dying,
there are some people, no matter how Buhari failed this country, they are so hoodwinked. Not that I blame them, because religion is something that toys with the mind, and the mind is the most fragile part of the human being. Once that is captured, everything about the human existence is captured, both physically and organically. Such a person is captured. We, on the other hand, we have the consciousness, we have the aspiration, we have the creativity, we have everything. But because at a point, okay, let me calm down. When I'm excited, I talk very fast, and sometimes I jumble the whole things. When we're growing up at the age of 10, 12, we didn't mind who ruled this country. If you like, let it be one Hausa, after the Hausa, another Hausa, so long as the country is moving well. There was a time Nigeria was at that type of consciousness. The South didn't mind who ruled. We've only evolved into today's consciousness because the country is in a mess. Let me tell you, today's $1 is 47,000 naira. What that simply means is that America, the American civilization is 47 times better than Nigeria.
Yeah.
The UK pound is about 68 naira. It shows that United Kingdom is 68,000 times better than us. Now, this is what the picture tells you. So, for us to upturn a 47,000 inferior status to catch up with America means we have a whole lot of work to do. But judging by the characters that always present themselves every day, you don't see that happening. In fact, you see us plummeting down the rabbit hole of underdevelopment. In fact, we have evolved in Nigeria today such that when the right people even come, if an Omogalu come and he speaks, and like the other debate, the presidential debate they did between Buhari and Atiku, you and I know that Buhari virtually said nothing. Buhari didn't say anything. In fact, he was so confused and rattled to the point that that lady, what's her name? The lady that was moderating the show, and Osibanjo was trying to wade in. It is almost as if our education, we go to this school only to come and help the North to undo ourselves as a nation. Take an example of this guy, what's his name? Keamu, Festus Keamu. In case you don't know, I attended the same school with Festus Keamu. Very, very tall, slim. Now he don't chop government money, don't fat full everywhere. Tall, slim, intelligent guy. Was the president of a press club, writing very excellent script. Now we use our resources to develop our own, make them to attain the pinnacle of intellectual height, only for them to be used by the North for the benefit of the North against the South. How painful can that be? How painful can that be? We have have you seen Yemi Osibanjo speak? My sister, anytime I hear Yemi Osibanjo speak, I am proud that this is a human being. But how the system of Nigeria becomes that an illiterate such as Buhari can let me drop it.
Mr.
An illiterate as Buhari cannot turn.
We have heard that over and over again.
Okay.
The question I asked you earlier. Don't you think Nigeria is a democratic society?
Nigeria is a democratic. Okay, go ahead. Nigeria is a democratic society in constitution, but in practice, Nigeria is a monolithic country that the North believe that it's an exclusive preserve of their territory. That's just the truth. You cannot paint it. All these reactions from different quarters about the state of the nation, it's not as if they don't have a right to be disaffected by what is happening. We're just angry with the method they are employing. But the fact still remains that Nigeria needs a total reset. Nigeria needs a total reset.
Mr. Raka, listen. Nigeria is a democratic society. Like
in the constitution. In the constitution, yes.
Constitution or practically, no matter what.
We don't practice democracy. See, my sister, when you go on this lane with me, in the National House of Assembly, there was a time where they voted.
No, let's just assume.
Those in favor say aye, those against say nay. The House said nay, overwhelmingly above the aye. The President of the Senate gave it to the ayes. Is that democracy?
Listen, Mr. Raka, one thing you don't know, or what you are ignoring in this issue, is that Nigeria is a democratic society. In the
constitution, yes.
In the constitution or in practical or wherever. But in the northern region of Nigeria, you cannot force them to vote for a particular leader. You know that. You cannot force them. If they decide to, yes.
Please, don't go there. Let me tell you what happens. Let me tell you what
happens. Of democracy.
Let me tell you what happens in the north. Yeah. Let me tell you what happens in the north. Don't say what you don't know. I live here. I will tell you how election is done in the north.
Okay, go ahead.
As a matter of fact, what you see on the street, if you are in a community and you know that you have been told in the mosque to vote for this person, and you go to the election unit and you are caught not voting for the person that was already arranged from the mosque, you can be killed or probably your house burnt. I've seen it happen here several times. Somebody just came and bought pure water for the collating officers the people doing the voting. They burnt his house for just buying pure water as an appreciation for their hard work. They burnt his house because it was assumed it was going against a general agreement of the North. You see, the South is ready to practice true democracy, but the North is not ready. I can tell you because they simply tell them that if power leaves them, they know very well that the only way, because they know they are far behind in terms of education. If the country works on merit, they will be left out. If they start employing people in our parastatals based on merit, I can tell that even the gatemen, the northern man will not get it. So the only way that they can sustain their ineptitudes is to cling on to power, refuse this power to be amended, operate the constitution the way it is, because it was them who wrote it, and they knew exactly why they wrote the constitution the way they did, so that the constitution continues to, tolerate their ineptitudes. So they will not. As a matter of fact, we can talk about Nigerian presidency till today, till tomorrow. The North will still use this flawed constitution to further their agenda of leading. In fact, how do I put it? Of leading Nigeria with so much ineptitude. We said the other time when we had the director of raw material processing, whatever, who said after 38 years that the best science they produce is a process of producing kilishi. These are the people that are everywhere. They are the ones managing your oil farm. They are the ones managing your military. They are the ones managing virtually everywhere. Now, if you have such ineptitude that somebody tell you that the best they can bring is kilishi after 38 years, imagine what the man controlling NFPC is doing. Imagine what the man controlling the country. This is why the country is bad. Yeah.
Mr. Raka, what do you think would be the solution here? Is it paradigm shift?
The solution is again we are all witness to the fact that the southern governors have come together to form a southern consultative forum. Now one of their communiques that presidency must come to the south. And you the other day we were arguing with you. You said it will not work. You had so much you had no faith in their resolve that presidency must come to South. I'm beginning to see it, because recently you could see
there's no unity among the certain leaders.
I'm
So
beginning to see it, because so far now I'm seeing the APC trying to lure. I don't know, that's a rumor anyway. I don't have cogent facts with regard, but there are rumors that they are luring Goodluck Jonathan. If that is true, Goodluck Jonathan should be wise, because that is just a way of using him to get 4 years, and then they'll say it's time for the North again. Then I'm also seeing that recently the pictures circulating the internet is that Buhari went to UK to meet Tinubu. That again to me is terrible, because I don't think the next president should be above 60. I don't think the next president, I don't think anybody above 60 should leave 2023 election. But then our politicians are so cowed because of this consciousness that we talked about, that they don't see themselves as capable. Well, even if they come out well, they not have the machinery of election. They can always rig you and rig you out. But nobody says this paradigm shift is not possible if these governors come together. I can tell you again, if the governors come together again and insist that the presidency must come to the South. But then again, when I saw that resolve and the video I saw yesterday where this old man was saying that the best person is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I'm like, wow, are we not done? Are we not tired with these old, obsolete brains to be ruling Nigeria?
Don't you think that Bola Tinubu has paid his dues?
How?
Over these years?
Bola Ahmed Tinubu tested his popularity in the Edo election. Did he not? He tested his popularity in Edo, and he saw how he was humiliated.
Yes.
The North will only vote a Bola Ahmed Tinubu only if the devilish union of exchanging baton between North and Southwest and North continues. Now we have the Southeast, we have the South-South, we have the Middle Belt. Does it mean that these people are condemned to be spectators? We just go every day to pretend we are voting a president, whereas indeed those who will be rulers have already been determined. As a matter of fact, if I see a Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the devil, I will vote the devil 100 times over.
Yeah,
because somebody who has continuously fraternized with this administration, irrespective of how much flawed. You see, one thing our politicians lack is integrity. They don't have integrity. They don't have what is called integrity. That is why even a sitting governor, after overwhelming evidence of failure, we still want to sit tight. That is why Buhari, after overwhelming, Buhari has failed in virtually every department of governance. But you still sit tight, because this is Nigeria, where integrity is the last word in the dictionary. We don't have it in the dictionary. As a matter of fact, you don't be surprised if a Buhari still have age on his side. He will tell you he's going to run for third term, because that is Nigeria for you. We don't have that integrity at all. So, and then the South, the last few weeks or months, if you see the activities of Southerners, particularly from the Southeast, you begin to worry. Could we just resign our faith? Let the North continue ruling, because the actions we are displaying does not show a people willing to and change the country into what you want. If the country is this bad under these people, why not take it and change it into what you want? But unfortunately, you see people who are resigned to always complaining, crying, complaining, crying. How long can we be the criers and not the dictators? They say he who plays the piper dictates the tune. We are okay. Go ahead,
Mr. Raka. I will reiterate: how ready are these candidates in the southern region of Nigeria? Yes, we have many intelligent candidates in the south. We are questioning the readiness of these candidates. Where are they right now? Are they strong enough to compete with the cabals during election period? That's a big question.
That's a question I would not like to. That's a question I would not like to answer in public, because if I answer in the affirmative, it will only strengthen or embolden the conviction of the North that they own Nigeria.
No, not the North. We are talking about
the cabal.
When it comes to the cabals in Nigeria, so
it will only embolden. I still don't know why a people with the resources that feed the nation cannot form a cabal and say, well, if you don't do this, we will not give you food. Because we are feeding you. If I'm feeding you, Nekpe, if you know that your daily means of survival comes from me, I will control you. But this is not the case. You are the one feeding from me, and you are the one controlling me. You are the one, even telling me what I will eat and what I will not eat, how much I should eat. It's funny. In fact, this thing, when I think these are the things that annoys these people, these miscreants that are destroying the whole place. Because really, when you think about it, it can make you go ballistic. It can make you go bananas. It's really annoying.
Mr. Raka, you know, the other day I told you that when the certain leaders, the certain governors hosted that meeting the other time when they invited Buhari, they were not firm in their demands. They were not firm enough. I keep repeating this thing.
No, you're right. I think I'm seeing that now, but I don't want to say it in public. Please, let's not embolden it in the pub. Let's not embolden it. Let that one be a matter of discuss behind closed doors.
Any wise person can see that from the
I know, but we shouldn't be emboldening it by repeating, because it's really annoying. It's painful. It's painful.
So since then, we haven't heard from them anymore. There's no follow-up after that meeting. So it just shows that these people, they don't want to step.
Let me even also add something I just remembered. Now they said that PDP have zoned their presidency to the north, but they forget that the South has not completed their 8 years. The South has not completed their 8 years. If I was PDP, bring Jonathan back, come and contest so that you can complete your 4-year tenure. If Jonathan comes back, it will be a total sweep. He will sweep the. Yes. See? If Jonathan comes back, he will sweep the whole. In fact, here in the Middle Belt, I know die-hard Buhari supporters who are now regretting and saying that, well, they didn't know. Once I was blind, now I can see, according to Dino Melaye. You understand me? So, but they even in the PDP caucus, they are robbing this nonsense that, well, they've zoned presidency to the north, which is okay, but it is on the assumption that Goodluck has completed his 2 tenures.
I don't know what for me. I don't see anything about this Goodluck Jonathan that you are clamoring for.
I'm not clamoring for. Hello, hold on, please. Let me correct it. No, let me correct it. You said so. I am not clamoring for Goodluck Jonathan, but I'm definitely telling you that Goodluck Jonathan was a better president than Buhari.
Okay. So Goodluck Jonathan coming back again as the president of Nigeria, I would say no, because it's not tough enough to manage a tough country.
This is the statement. This is statement. I'm angry. It's not tough. The tough man, the iron bender. The iron bender you have, the iron bender you have elected. This iron bender they elected. How far has he done? This man can bend iron with his fingers. How has he ruled this country? Forget this. It's not tough. It's not tough.
Mr. Raka, let me finish. Let me finish. So, Goodluck Jonathan for me will not be the best candidate for Nigeria right now.
So who is your candidate?
Let me finish now. Let me finish. You have been talking since.
Yes, I'm your guest now. And I mean they talk. You ask the questions and I talk. Don't mind me. I'm just joking. Go ahead.
So, what happened in the past when Goodluck Jonathan was the president of Nigeria? For me, I believe that he's not tough enough to manage a complex country like Nigeria. Nigerians are complex. We have somebody like Wike. You understand? We have somebody like Wike. We have somebody like Governor Obaseki. There are many other governors in the southern region that can manage Nigeria. So we're expecting those governors, one of them, to show their intention of running for this next presidential election in Nigeria. But we are not seeing any of them because nobody is coming out. That is why we are looking at Goodluck Jonathan. But if we have to evaluate the leadership skills, in the southern region, I don't think Goodluck Jonathan will even appear in any position.
I will disagree. I will disagree. In fact, this place I can even leave this student if you say anything wrong about Goodluck Jonathan. He's my hero. I love him. I love him to death. Okay. I love Goodluck Jonathan to death. So I wouldn't stand here for anybody to the guy has the style of leadership. That is how he has decided to rule this country. You said he's weak. Now you brought an iron bender. How far has the country
No,
go?
not I'm comparing him with other leaders, political
So
leaders.
that is his
Let me
way.
talk.
That
Let me
is his
talk
way. But
now.
people have come and realized that, well, they've made a mistake. I'm not saying Goodluck Jonathan should come back. That is not what I'm saying. I'm not
No,
making a case for Goodluck
Mr.
Jonathan. Like
Mr.
you
Raka,
rightly said,
what you done?
Wike to me is a very, very good. In fact, is the best option in the South right now. Wike
Thank you.
is
That's
the
what I'm
best,
trying to say.
is the best
Was,
option.
I'm not trying.
If I have a Wike and Jonathan, I will pick Wike.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
If I have a Jonathan and a Wike, but a Wike now is he too as tough as I thought he is. He has been hoodwinked on the fact that it is time for the North, but he doesn't know that the South has not exhausted their space. The South has not exhausted. We still have a 4-year tenure that Goodluck Jonathan didn't complete. So why not bring a Southern man, a South man, or an Igbo man to complete the 4 years? Then before you say the North should lead. As for me, if you even ask me if this discussion had taken place like 4 months ago, I would have said, okay, let's allow the people from the Southeast to rule. But the events of the past couple of weeks has only negated, weakened my resolve to even suggest that for now. But Wike to me is the best option that we have in the South. Why Wike has refused to present himself still remains a mystery. We cannot continue to play second fiddle in this country, a country that you are feeding. And as much as we are feeding this country, we are completely neglected. Look at the this place, this cleanup, Ogoni cleanup. Everybody has paid lip service to that project, Ogoni cleanup, second Niger bridge, all these things. And yet you see people constructing railways from Nigeria to Niger in record speed. But projects in the South will keep lingering there. Since I was small, you are casting shadow for me. Since I was small, I keep hearing Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Benin-Auchi Express. I keep hearing since I was small. Now I am old. They are still constructing that road. But if you are joining from Bauchi to Maiduguri, it's 450 kilometers. Double lane, nylon tie, no pothole. If you'll be speeding and be looking for cars, you will speed for 10 minutes before you see one car. So the injustice, I think I have stopped blaming the cabal for exploiting the South. Really, I've stopped it. Because you can only encourage what you open your doors to. If you don't open your doors in the evenings, mosquitoes will not enter your house.
Mr. Raka, one thing I've observed about Nigerian politics over these years is that those leaders who are capable of running the country have failed to run for presidency. Person like Wike that we're all saying that would be capable of running Nigeria, you'll be surprised that he's not even willing to run for the presidency. We have many intelligent, strong candidates in the country. But
look at Wike's excuse. Okay, look at Wike. Okay, go ahead.
During election period, you'll be surprised that the weak ones will be the ones in the forefront of running for the presidency. What do you expect when somebody like Buhari came out running for presidency, and we have somebody like Wike out there? We have person like Obaseki, Governor Obaseki in Edo State. We have many other strong candidates.
We have a Peter Obi. We have a Peter Obi too.
Peter Obi is there. Then during election period, you saw Buhari coming out. People, the masses don't have choice but to vote for one candidate. Even though a cripple came out during election period, running for presidency, and the masses will vote for that cripple.
Do you know the funny thing that during the debate, during the presidential debate, do you know that Buhari and Atiku didn't turn up? And then you had Obi Ezekwesili and Mogalu, and that's just speaking English. So I said, you know what is killing the Southern politicians? What is actually killing the Southern politicians is we do not have political integrity. If I were Mogalu, Obi Ezekwesili, and one other guy, who was the other guy? One other guy that was saying we feed the country with a milk cow. Since I didn't see Buhari and Atiku, since obviously they are the major players, I too would have declined. I wouldn't have showed up for that debate. But as Southerners, everything is a trophy. A bronze medal could be celebrated. for some of them just appearing, excuse me, for some of them just appearing on that debate alone as a presidential candidate is a trophy. So we are too easily contented politically. We content ourselves easily from whatever crumbs we get from politics. When Sambo was the governor of Kaduna State, they picked him to become the vice president to Goodluck Jonathan. On accepting to be vice president to Goodluck Jonathan, do you know they burnt his house? They raised his house down. Because to them, being a second, that's vice, is strange to them. But it's something that the South will celebrate. Even as enlightened as the Yoruba race, they celebrated the mere prospect of their son being vice president made them switch their vote in favor of Buhari, even though they didn't like Buhari, but they voted their son. Today, so Osinbajo is vice president for how many years? What has he done? In fact, I posted on my page, I said, if they ask Osinbajo now, himself go talk, say he'll be vice president for 8 years. So it all boils down to the level of political contentment. We content ourselves too easily from crumbs left over to us by the cabal.
Yes.
So we must be tenacious in our political aspiration. If it is not this, if it is not all, it's nothing. We must have that type of political tenacity to match that of the cabal in the north. The cabal can't rejoice over vice president. In fact, they won't. They will never.
You see now, Mr. Araka, the same thing that I just said earlier, that during election period, you will be surprised that those who are not capable, the weak, you understand, will come out to be running for the presidency. The same thing is about to happen in 2023. Watch out.
Let me tell you. Okay, go ahead.
Because we are looking at Tinubu right now. You understand? And Tinubu is somebody that is not likable in the Southern, even in Nigeria as a whole. So that is exactly the picture that we have been seeing in the Nigerian election over this year.
Let me create the scenario here. Let me create the scenario between PDP and APC. Obviously, the presidency is going to emerge from these two parties, no doubt about that. Now, here is the predicament of APC. There was an already established arrangement between APC, the cabal in the north and the southwest, that okay, after Buhari, Tinubu will come in. That one is known. Now, they too are now questioning the popularity of Tinubu. Yes, he can win the primary, but as a presidential candidate, he definitely will not win. He will not win. He will lose certain ground, even in the southwest. He will lose it.
Yes.
He will definitely not win any part in the southeast. He will not win any part in the southwest and south. In the middle belt too, he will not win anything. That's if elections are conducted credibly.
Yes.
Maybe in the far north. So they also have that this, because Tinubu, based on his religious affiliation, will not change some of the stranglehold that Buhari has enabled in other cabal to have on Nigeria. Tinubu will not change that on the basis of an Islamic affiliation. Now, it is you and me that say Buhari is a failure, but to the north, to the core north cabal, Buhari has done excellently well, because he has been able to capture Nigeria. When we told our people that look, Nigeria, they'll say, it's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. Today, Nigeria is in firm grip of the cabal. When you have a Senate, the legislature in the hand of the North, the executive in the hand of the North, the judiciary in the hand of the North, what else are you waiting for? Other than that, again, you go to our parastatals. You see, if you go to any parastatal, by the time you trace all these directors, if you go to the MD, it's a northerner. So to the north is a remarkable achievement for Buhari. It is you and me, because these things have not translated into nation growth. So we say Buhari is a failure. To the cabal, to the northern proletariats, that means nothing to them. They are content with the fact that Nigeria, say Malam, the north is ruling. That's all they are content with. They can be begging trooping every morning to a politician's door to beg for handout. It's okay for them. Allah Baka Kabamu. God give you, so I give us. So it's a mindset. So
because the leadership of Buhari has been in favor of the Northerners. At least
100%.
He has been able to bring his people into the political arena of
Not
Nigeria.
only his people in Nigeria, even this was a man that couldn't deny, shamelessly, he was saying that, well, there's no way he can forget his brothers in Niger. So you have a president that has dual loyalty. You have a president that has dual loyalty. He's a president of Nigeria, but still have a soft spot for his brothers in Niger. So you can understand why they are building railways from Nigeria to Niger. That railway, if I have my power, if I can cause that railway to stop, because that railway is going to be a very big problem in the future for our generation, because this is a railway that will be transporting their people in thousands to Nigeria. When Buhari came, he opened the borders, and I have videos where foreigners were marching into the country. Now it spells doom, because these are unskilled people that is mixing with our population, people who basically have no skills. So
Mr.
they just
Laka,
come.
What is the relationship between Buhari and the people of Mali? I still don't understand. I can't understand.
That's what I did. Their Fulanis are everywhere now.
So,
and a Fulani man is not bounded by artificial regional or country boundaries.
A specific country.
When I was in University of Maiduguri, those who came from Niger, they worked more confidently in the school than me, who is a Nigerian man. As a matter of fact, the only time we saw ourselves as Nigeria is when during this Atlanta 96, Abi, where Kanu Wanko scored, and then we all held each other. In the morning, we were back to strangers. So they see themselves as one. In fact, so do you know that Baba Gana Kingibe, who was secretary to government in Nigeria, this thing, also held a very high position in Chad. So you can now ask yourself, how many of our top positions are filled with foreigners?
So are they speaking the same language?
It's the same language. It's the same language. The question I kept asking them is the same. It's the same Fulani language. It's the same Fulatenchi. You understand me? Now we have Yorubas. We have Yorubas in Togo. We have Yorubas in Benin. How come the Yorubas in Nigeria are not extending, opening, political access to their brothers in Togo and in Benin? We have Igbos in Cameroon. Igbos in Cameroon. Why are they not, bringing them down? So the northern mentality is not for. In fact, the northern mentality is not wired for a modern day development. That's just the truth.
It's just
the northern psyche is not wired for development. And the fact that what's even more painful is that the fact that they are not developmentally oriented, they still want to occupy leadership position. They want to. They were the one who manage Nigerian textile. Years of government trying to assist the Nigerian textile to stand on its feet has proved abortive. It didn't work because all they do is wait for salary and eat. It doesn't matter whether you produce or don't produce anything. It always fails. Just watch everywhere they have occupied. They run it down. They are like, how do I put it? They are like, I don't know, NNPC. They occupied and took over NNPC. They run it aground. Today we are not producing a single barrel of oil. Yet we have refineries. They will tell you that the cost of refurbishing the refinery is better to just import. Just so that their brothers who are in charge of this cartel keeps getting money. Then more recently, they banned people like you from sending us. Now that dollar is very high, they banned way that you can transfer dollar sharp from what remit to me. Now, when you send $1 to me, so long as you are sending $1 to Nigeria, and a bookkeeper must get his cut. The last time I went to the bank, they are there. They're just waiting for you because you see the southern man with the dollar. They're not the bookkeeper man changing the naira for you. So it tells you how the country is. We are the one with the resources. We are the one with the wealth.
But they are the ones managing us.
They are the one managing us. It's annoying. These are the things that makes people like the likes of Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho, they are getting mad. Just that they are because as I'm exposing them to you like this now, it can get you mad.
Yeah, it's like a man working so hard. One other
Babu they
man sitting
monkey they walk, babu they
in
chop.
the shop. Yes,
Mm.
exactly.
And
That's
so
what it's saying.
when Buhari said that the baboons and the dogs and baboon will be soaked in blood, they know what they're saying now. So when you see a baboon they chop, he knows who is the baboon and who is the dog. You understand me? So they are the ones eating. Every dollar you send to Nigeria today, it must, for you to eat that dollar, you must go through an Hausa man. The last time, if you go to a Bureau de change, if you want to change a dollar, you just walk in and walk out. Now you have to queue. In fact, the queue in front of a Bureau de change is longer than the queue in ATM. That is the country, that is how it is right now in Nigeria. So this paradigm must shift. We must shift this thing.
A paradigm shift has to do with tribalism. How can we counter this tribalism in the system, Mr.
No,
Uraka?
we have a. Okay, go ahead.
You live in the northern region. You know that the northerners will never vote for a certain leader.
That's the problem. That's the problem. So the only way we can counter this is that, you see, this is where I have a friend at the club. Anytime we talk about politics, you've given you an opportunity to start speaking English. You know, the economic system transcends our political indebtedness, so that we can exacerbate our curiosity to delve into the abysmal nepotistic. I could just, I said, my guy, this thing, how someone know they hear them? They go only laugh at you. Shege dan buruba like guy.
But not
ya turenchi. Ya turenchi. Shege. Amawa panzani. Say turenchi. They just laugh at you. Say, this man sabi speak English. Fool. For my 90 against see this fool. Idiot. And they are laughing and they are insulting you. And in truth, we are really fools.
In the southern region of Nigeria, do you know that people evaluate you? They evaluate you based on the
grammar.
A grammar that you can speak. So if you cannot speak the grammar, they believe that you are nothing. You are not capable.
You not go school.
Yeah.
So you get me. That's what I told you earlier on. I said, look, the English language is exactly what it is, a language. Such as so is the Edo language, the Benin language, the Yoruba language, the Igbo language. It's a means of communication.
It's not intelligence. You don't use it to evaluate
language. There's no correlation between fluency of a language to intellectual intelligence. Even you now, Nekpe, if you see your own Edo, if you see an Edo man who speaks Edo to the down, you admire him.
Yes. We have
to me, if I see an Robo guy that speaks Robo fluently, I admire him. But having a means of communication is just a channel to transmit what's in your head. So I can say rubbish like your brother Patrick. I can say rubbish and still feel I have said something, whereas indeed it's nothing. I feel very bad when I see Dr. Patrick, whatever. Speaking his English, and it's like a dessert. They use him as a dessert. After they've done those who say those in favor say aye, those in against say nay. They allow Patrick to talk, come and entertain us, and readily we stand up and start entertaining it. The macro closing, the krinkum krakum, and all those nonsense, and you are happy. You are happy. Whereas you see in that same Senate, you see one guy, he's always talking with his say, I know I am not educated, but I'm very intelligent. I'm very intelligent. That man from, is this Sokoto or something? Exactly. One senator like that. So you could see that. Yeah, go ahead.
It's only ignorant person that can use your speaking language to evaluate your intelligence. And Nigerians, especially the Southerners, they are fond of doing this on social media, on everywhere. They believe that if you can speak the English language, you are intelligent. You are just
no. I see them now. So, I told you, there's a friend of mine I don't like engage because to him every debate is an intellectual exercise. Every debate is a grammatical competition. You understand me? So you don't know that. Look, okay, that because I remember now. It's okay. Since the North are resolute in playing religious politics, what kind of politics do we have in the South that will match the political bias of the North? We don't have any. We are not playing regional politics. We are not playing religious politics. We are not even playing grammar politics. We are playing individual politics.
That is where we are missing it in the southern region. We believe on this grammar too much. That once you can speak the
Once
grammar,
you go into politics and you're able to get your own, whatever comes in, look at Amechi. Amechi is a very good example. He went into politics, took the money of his state to sponsor a Buhari who eventually made you Minister of Agbero to be loading train to Niger. Still, no road constructed from the level of the stupidity
yes,
they too much.
yeah,
No road in Amechi's 8 years. No road from Abuja to the south or southeast or anywhere to even to Port Harcourt. No road. He overlooked or oversaw. Sorry, no road at all. So it's amazing. Look, this thing is annoying. It's annoying. So that it will not annoy me to the point where I have to be cutting people's penises or calling people saboteurs or The thing is that it's a problem on our hand. We have to go back as Southerners to devise ways that we can use to counter these anomalies. The mere thought that everything we do, the whole money, even internally, the oil money we develop from the south goes to the north to manage their ineptitudes and excesses. Then the dollars that you people make abroad, where would they see they manage, one they send, can't give us, is still managed by them. How many northerners, core northerners, sent dollars from abroad to Nigeria?
they don't travel. They are not that mobile.
You get me? So everywhere that money is coming through, the southerners are being managed by northerners. They must get their share somehow. These things must stop. That is because we have allowed Nigeria to operate on ineptitude. As a matter of fact, because the cabal have enjoyed Nigeria by being nothing, they've decided to merchandise poverty and extreme poverty and illiteracy. Because whenever they want to get admission, they say, well, we are from less educationally developed state. After 60 years, you are still telling the world that you are educationally backward. How long will it take you to become educationally relevant? 1,000,000 years? 1,000 years?
The elites, the political elites are not encouraging education in the northern region.
And the funny thing is that if you meet a literate northerner, somebody who's educated in the north, you will know the value of education, because they will speak so eloquently and translate lives variable or political variables in so succinct grammatical presentation that you love them. They are not as dull as you think.
Yes.
They are not as dull as you think.
It's just that education
a young child who can recite the Quran from beginning to end at the age of 11 certainly has a brain of retention that can retain very good input if it is channeled towards developmental attitude. They can be good scientists. You get me? We from the south, we are not good at retention. How many children from the south can recite the Bible from the beginning to the end? None. What we have are children reciting passages of the Bible, chapters of the Bible, very small chapters. But I can tell you that there are children that can tell you the Quran from the first page to the end. It takes a genius to do that. So it shows that the IQ level of the North is not as poor as we Southerners see it. As a matter of fact, to me, they have better IQs than us. People who don't go to school, people who bandy themselves as illiterates or poor people, who can manage the educated Southerners. It must take a great deal of intelligence for you to be able to pull that off.
Yes. Not that they don't have the IQ. It's because this education is not being encouraged in the northern region.
So yes, and the leaders will not encourage it, because if they pull these masses away from that bilateral situation, two things will happen. One, they will start competing for the they will start competing for the largesse that comes from the south to them. That will mean many mouths to be fed. And then these proletariats, after gaining the type of intellectual consciousness, will begin to challenge the status quo of why must it be you that will be rich and I remain poor. So to them, it is good for these people to remain there so that they can only be used for election purposes. Go and stay under the sun, rig election, kill people, cause mayhem. That is what they are meant for, and they are ready to do that. It's like it is just like a program that is sold to the north. So the only way we can do that is, number one, we must stop this intellectual masturbation that all of us, we must stop this grammatical masturbation that some of us, some educated Southerners enjoy doing. At every political challenges or political situation that needs analysis, we start masturbating ourselves by churning out rubbish that we call grammar. We must stop that. We must face face the issues. We must face the issues as it is. The North is practicing religious politics, and it will be very difficult to separate them from that. And the North has this political inferiority, knowing that if things in Nigeria begins to work based on merit, they know that they will lose out. They will lose out. They know they will lose out. So why give this opportunity away while it is in our hands?
Mr. Raka, let me give you one example. The other day I was discussing with someone. I was talking about this Governor Wike. I said Governor Wike will make a great candidate. You understand? A great candidate is the strongest person so far in the southern region to rule Nigeria. You understand? Someone told me, like what we just discussed now, that those of us in the southern region, we base our conclusion on this English language too much. Someone told me that, Wike is a strong candidate. However, can he speak English? What do you mean by
English? Now, wow, you mean this really? Are you making this up, or it really happened?
I'm telling you the facts. The person told me that, Wike is a very strong candidate. However, can he present himself internationally?
So the one that is you didn't you tell that the one that is in power, which English in they speak?
Yes,
the one you currently have as president. How many English in they speak?
He said he cannot speak English outside Nigeria. Can he speak English with the president of the United States? So they're looking at the English language, not the leadership. So we have to change our mindset about this English language, for Christ's sake. English is not our first language.
Do you know maybe that's why they are, Boko Haram? The real meaning of Boko Haram means the forbidden teachings of the West. That is this English knowledge.
Yes.
Because it is the damage, it is the political damage that this Western education has done to us. That is what they are preventing their people from understanding, because they know that if their youth is exposed to this Western education, will begin to view things rationally. What is lacking in the North is the ability to view political variables from a rational point of view. After all, even as the prices of food commodities are high here, I can tell you that you can still cook a northern soup with 200 naira. There's what they call cooker. You can get cooker for 50 naira, onions 50 naira, white Maggi 10 naira, be 20 naira, Maggi or salt. Soup don't set. They don't cook their soup with meat, like us that insist that meat must be in our soup. Soup don't set. Then they do this tuwo as much as they can. They put small in a plate and pour the whole of that soup on it. Soup don't set. It's not like us that for you to cook a decent soup, you are talking about 3,000. That 3,000 is even managed. For you to cook an egusi soup, you have to spend so much. Now, there are people who are striving for quality of life. Quality of life. And there are people who are struggling just to exist. You just exist, and that's all. There is nothing you are living for. You're not aspiring to become president. You're not aspiring to become a doctor. Some of you are just waiting. Let me tell you something that happened in Abuja. I was there with my wife. Hello, you sleep? Okay. I was there with my wife. You're getting. We wanted to enter the National Assembly. A House of Rep member from Edo State, Brima, one Brima like that, said we should come and see him in the Senate. So he said if we get to the gate, we should call him. We were there, the sergeant at arms. We do for where this guy. Even when I said, okay, take phone. They want to talk to you. He refused. One guy came in, partially crippled. He just came in and said, I want to see Senator or something. Quick. Just he didn't even spend 2 minutes there. They just ushered him in. It tells you the type of stranglehold, a connection between the proletariats and the bourgeois. There's a connection. I'll give you another example again. In Abuja, do you know that in the central area, most of the houses during the military regimes were bought, and the houses there are owned by mostly northerners in Asokoro area. Now you go to those houses, you find the owners of the house not there, but in the yard you see about 50 of the brothers they brought from the village to be living there. There was a day I was in a bus with my wife. I said, look, we were going to town. I asked my wife, check this bus and tell me if you've noticed anything. She said she didn't notice anything. I said, okay, when we are coming back, I'll ask you the same question again. Later at night, I asked her, check this bus. Did you notice anything? She said no. I said, okay, if we get to the room, if we get to the hotel, I'll tell you what I noticed. When we got back to the hotel, I told her, I said, when we are leaving town to inside Abuja in the morning, did you know that the 80% of the occupants in that bus are Southerners? And when we are leaving, 80% of the people in that bus are also Southerners, which means there is a system that holds most of the northern population in the central area of Abuja. This is a place that is built by money from the south. Whereas to even have access to the choicest areas in the place, if you go to a place like Nyanya, Masaka, okay, all those places you are coming, Kubwa, all those places, you find out that these are mostly Southerners that are living there. So the Nigerian situation is so skewed that a group of people have believed that you can actually just be eating from Nigeria. You don't need to contribute anything. You just be eating. Do you know that in internally generated revenue, forget the oil, just internally generated revenues, there are states that don't give anything at all, yet they collect subvention. There are states that even if they don't collect oil subvention monthly, they can still feed themselves. You talk about Lagos, you talk about Port Harcourt, you talk about Warri, Delta, and all of those. They contribute majorly to the pulse of the country. There are states like Jigawa, Kebbi, Yobe, all these political states. I call them political states because those states were created just to enhance their population power in the Senate so that they can shout A and nay and switch policies in favor of the North. They don't contribute anything. So the problem of Nigeria goes beyond just talking about it. Believe me, if I tell you that anybody has a quick solution, it's false. But the truth is that the southern governors are irresolute in whatever they come. I don't know why they would take on saying they're creating a southern governors forum only when they know that they are not resolute. They play with our mind. So when people like us begin to say, let us render a pressure, let us cement the resolution, you'll be left with your pants down because they are going to betray you. And that's exactly what I see happening. Suddenly, it's no longer president must come to the south. I can see they're already floating Tambuwal of Gombe State. I can see they're already floating Atiku. And then these people are floating Tinubu. When we say South, we know people who will protect the interests of the South, not Tinubu.
This upcoming election is going to be a competition between the Northerners and Tinubu in the South. Because Tinubu politically has paid his dues. So for right now in Nigeria, he's the only capable candidate in the southern region. So other
No, no,
candidates,
no, no,
we
no, 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 no.
no, maybe you
No,
don't
no, no, no,
understand.
no, no. I
No,
want to. You use
maybe
the
I didn't
comment.
say,
I don't want to
no, no,
mislead you. You say the
listen,
only capable hand. Is that in the affirmative or
politic, politically,
no? You said
in the
capable
system.
hand. Do you know the implication of using the word capable? That means he is the
Oh,
best candidate that the South can produce. That's what you mean. Is that what you mean?
no, Mr. Raka, let me explain to you. Eh?
Okay.
Politically, politically, with the structure of Nigeria right now, Tinubu is believed to be the most capable candidate in the South. But if we look at other leaders in the southern region, Tinubu is not a charismatic politician, and Tinubu in the South, nobody will vote for him. But the system, we have to be realistic about the political structure of Nigeria. I'm talking about the political structure. I'm just talking about the structure of Nigeria right now. Tinubu is the most, for me, the most, let's say, capable candidate in the South. I'm telling you right now.
Okay. Okay. Now you finished, Abi. I can talk.
Yes, go
Now,
ahead.
you see, for me, the word capable, at least my vocabulary extends to the understanding of the word capable. Capable means the capacity to handle a job. So when you say Tinubu is the only capable hand in the South, I beg to differ vehemently. Tinubu is just somebody who is good at setting machineries for his personal gains. Tinubu has left Lagos State as a governor for a very long time, but he still manages to have Lagos at his grip, getting some of the revenues to himself. This is a man who flaunted a bullion van with the Nigerian currency to his house. How can Tinubu be a capable hand? It is insulting to the word capable to use Tinubu in conjunction with the word capable. It is very, very insulting, and I vehemently disagree with that. Tinubu is the worst candidate that will replace Buhari. Is the worst candidate. I will never even conjecture remotely the possibility of a Tinubu being the president of Nigeria, even though there are indicators that he will eventually be the flag bearer for APC. The idea of Tinubu is this a baton shift like a relay. I hand over to you, use Nigeria as you want to use it. Then later you hand it back to me. I will use Nigeria
You
as
know,
much as I want to use it. So that is exactly what is happening here. So do not use the word capability and Tinubu in the same sentence. It's insulting to the dictionary language and the inclusion of the word capability or capable in the dictionary sense. We are far more non-religious. See, look at the quality of the president I'm looking for. I want a president that has no bias to region or religion. I want a president that is eloquent, that can string variables as to his desire, that can connect to the society, that can connect to the people you are governing. That is the kind of president I'm looking for. I want a president that is able to heal wounds, not a president that will come and begin to ferment already existing wounds that have not been healed over the time. I want a president that can come and say, okay, the effect of the civil war, the Biafra civil war, let us address it once and for all. How do we heal the wounds? What is the grievances of these people? What are the grievances of these people? Not a president who will come and say, okay, because a Niger Delta militant youths are being paid amnesty, he want to create his own Boko Haram so that at the end of the day, you have an excuse to also take amnesty to them. That is not a president we want. We want a president that has that has an
integrity.
over yeah, we have a president, we want a president that whose interest transcends primordial sentiments. We want a president who everybody likes, whether you are a Christian or a Muslim, you like him. Such a president is the type we like, not a president that comes and massages the religious sentiments of the North in order to get cheap votes, or a president that comes to massage the we don't want a president that come and influence people on bias. We want a president, after listening to both of them debate, the person who exhibits greater intelligence eventually rules Nigeria. Not as a country whereby we create a presidential debate for just the entertainment of the viewing public. At the end of the day, if I were INEC, both Buhari and Atiku, who failed to appear for that debate will not take part in the
Mr.
presidential election.
Mr. Raka, will you volunteer to run for this next election in Nigeria? I
Say
understand.
Baba, say Baba, Magnus for 2023. Yeah.
Yes. I understand your vision. I understand your vision for Nigeria. I understand your vision for Nigeria. But things don't work that way.
I know
Mr.
it doesn't
Raka.
work this way. It doesn't work, but we are saying it. We are saying it so that our children will not grow up and blame us that these things happen, but we didn't say anything. If my children grow up and they come across this video, they will understand that yes, my father fought. He said all this thing that is happening today, but nobody listened. You see, INEC, let us talk about INEC. You know, we said we are going to talk about the voting system. Okay, was it? I don't know whether it's with the other TV station. INEC should see its responsibility beyond an electioneering empire. INEC should see itself as an educator of the voting public. INEC has not done anything to that effect of trying to reach electorates across countries to know that these are the candidates we are bringing. Please do not vote them based on religion. Do not vote them based on ethnicity. Do not vote for them based on ethnicity. Do not vote for them based on region. Vote for them because you see in them as people that are capable to bring everybody together. Nigeria is a very diverse country in terms of religion, in terms of ethnicity, in terms of region, in terms of our socialization. We are so diverse in many ways. We want a president that can be able to knit KNIT, knit these diversities together and form an object that becomes our strength rather than things that continuously divides us. We've not had that type of president. Incidentally, when we eventually had that type of president, we say it's too weak, it's not resolute, it's not that. So this is because I am somebody who understood Jonathan very, very well. But we are a people who have been used to military rule for many years. So everything about our thought, our understanding of leadership must be military, must be hard, must be hard, must be hard. But
Mr.
you forget
Raka,
that anytime I
Raka,
talk of Jonathan, you want to stop me. I be die hard Jonathan, no. Die
Mr. Raka.
150% Jonathan fan. Okay.
Yeah, Mr.
Go ahead.
Raka, you know that high neck is one of the big problems we have in Nigeria.
That's true.
Not until non-Nigerian becomes the leader of INEC, I don't think we can, we can actualize that your dream for Nigeria, because
even Jega was
has been compromised so many times in Nigeria.
Have you been to an INEC office in Abuja?
No, I've not been to. No.
My sister, you see, the problem I see with some of you living in the south is in abroad is just that you are looking at Nigeria from binoculars and what you read on paper. Look, if you go to INEC office, from the gate, you just see north. From the gate, everybody working there is northerners. That's an INEC head office. Once you just enter there like this, northerners. If you go to House of Assembly, I had the opportunity of entering Aso Rock sometime in the past too. Everybody we drove in, when we drove in, as they closed that evening around 6, everybody leaving the offices, hijab, Babari Gab. You begin to wonder, where are South? Is it not supposed to be one Nigeria? Where are Southerners?
Okay.
And then when you begin to point these things out, it is your same Southerners that will say, that will tell you, I know, me, I'm not a sentimental person. You are playing.
That woman the other day was disqualified, Lorenta Odeche. Is it not?
Of course, they just tried her now. They just tried to see our political resolve, whether it will stand. It shows you the mere fact that we were able to bring Loretta Anoche is a clear indication that APC, the party of the ruling party, is not willing to play a free and fair election come 2023.
Yes, exactly.
These are the same people who kicked against electronic transmission of vote. Now, I see some of my Southerners also towing across this line. See, electronic transmission of vote is different from electronic voting. Electronic voting is where you use virtual ballot paper to identify your candidate of choice. Electronic transmission of vote is the same manual voting of ballot, except that the counting of votes in that particular polling unit is transmitted directly to head office with proof of that result bounded in a paper to be taken to the local. It's a very simple, clear fact so that we avoid a situation whereby, because what is happening is that at the polling unit, they will actually count the real vote. You will see the real result. PDP 40 something, APC 2, YPP 50. That is true, but when it goes to the collation center, that is where the magic takes place. Everything you have done in the polling unit does not reflect at the collation center. So the people who brought the idea of the electronic transmission were ingenious enough to say, okay, since at the polling unit, that is not where the rigging takes place. Why not translate it there so that, because in some instances you find that election results from polling unit takes about 40 kilometers to get to collation center. Like from local, if you are like in the governorship election now, places like Wase takes about 4 hours or 6 hours before it leaves Wase to collation center. Many things would have been done. It will give room for fake printed ballot paper to be replaced with genuine ballot paper. But if they know that election results have been transmitted already from the polling unit to the collation center, you see, the need or the mischief to tamper with ballot paper along the way to collation center will be needless because they know that the election or the result already has been transmitted abroad. That is what electronic transmission is all about. For people to say they don't want it, I saw the other senator saying that how can they? It's a way of PDP to bring the Yahoo boys to rig election. Can you imagine? These are people in your Senate dictating and making laws for you, believing that Yahoo boys can come and it's funny. It's funny. It really is. Nigeria, if you talk about Nigeria today, you talk about it, you just get reason to just be angry. You just boil inside you because we've given room for ineptitude to rule Nigeria. We've given room for people with less than half a brain to be ruling our affairs.
We have many intelligent people in Nigeria.
So it is annoying. Let me even ask you, me as I'm sitting here, so does it not bother you that as I wouldn't like to say I'm intelligent, but does it not bother you that as much as I'm able to, relate myself, transmit myself, some of the questions you're asking me are not questions did we write any of these questions down?
No.
Did we?
No, we didn't.
So these are questions you are just asking me now, and but you will not find people like me or people like you or other very intelligent people in places where they can actually take decisions. Because if you begin to have these people in place of decision, the idea that certain people cannot go to school and still become still occupy important posts will be taken off. And if that does not happen, the North is going to be hungry.
That is what I said earlier. That is what we have been saying since that then we have many intelligent people in Nigeria. We have many strong candidates in the certain region. However, are they interested in these political positions in the country? Probably no. No. We are mentioning Wike right now, Governor Obaseki, many other governors and political leaders in the certain region of Nigeria. But are they willing? Are they willing to run for the presidency?
That's the problem. You see, before the election, you see, we Southerners, we only take elections seriously at the eve of election. I can tell you that the very moment Buhari stepped in as the president of Nigeria, they started planning for 2023 right from the first day. I can tell you that every single core northerner already knows the outcome of 2023 because they weigh all the scenarios and these people are able to manage their sentiments. I can tell you that two political rivals, if one was caught sleeping in somebody's wife, when it comes to politics, they have a way of keeping that personal grudge aside and face a far more reaching regional politics. But that's not the case with us. You could see that the quarrel between Amechi and Goodluck Jonathan's wife led to a heated quarrel, leading to the point that a governor of a state is taking the resources of his state to sponsor a candidate from the north. That is something a northern governor will never do. No northern governor will ever do that.
Mr. Raka, this upcoming election, if the northerners choose any candidate and they want that candidate to win this upcoming election. It's very easy with the political structure of Nigeria right now, given that high neck
Is
is
compromised.
it can be compromised, and it's also dominated by the northern leaders. All
But
the
the
workers.
problem is that, yeah, because I like when you make this open statement, I like to always correct them. You see, if INEC rigs election, it only says that because the country now, with the likes of this Biafra struggle and this Biafra agitation, Odua agitation, if INEC rigs anything and it's obvious, it's only going to heighten and exacerbate the already worsening political climate in the country.
They won't do
So they
anything.
too. No,
They won't do
no.
anything.
I'm not saying that. No, if they rig the election to the point that it's very obvious it was rigged, I can tell you that it's just that my Southwest brothers, if they pick Tinubu now, all this Odua agitation will just die off, leaving us South and Southeast to continue as complainants.
Okay, do you mean there will be uprising if they rig the election? There will be up. I said, do you mean that there will be uprising if they rig the election?
If they rig election, you get me. I know that Tinubu right now is not a popular candidate in the Southwest. But if at the end of the day Tinubu is the candidate they have, I can tell that a lot of this Southwest will vote for him on the basis of ethnicity. So it will not leave the South and Southeast to continue in our cry and pain. So it still goes to the fact that as South and Southeast, we've found a way to, because you are creating shadows for me. In the South, sorry, let me reclaim my mind. The South and the Southeast should find a way to create a strong political alliance with the Yorubas. The Yorubas are the political pendulum of Nigeria. Whichever way they swing to wins the election. You must know that is the power they have, and they know it. They know it. If they swing their support to the South will win. If they swing their support to the North will win.
Yes.
So, but sometimes you find a political culture in the South whereby people feel too big. All this. The only time you see the Southerners displaying political arrogance is when it's within themselves. You find this political arrogance coming. But when it comes to the North, they go to the North with their tails between their legs. And that is disheartening. It is very painful.
Mr. Raka, thank you so much. I think we have to
God bless you.
We have to end to this program. We have discussed more in detail about this upcoming election. We are just predicting what's going to happen in 2023. We don't know yet. But with the political structure of the country right now, we are expecting Tinubu to be a candidate from the southern region. We are not expecting
Tinubu to be a southern candidate. We are expecting the best candidate of the South to merge. No, we don't know if it's Tinubu yet. It's an open slot, not Tinubu yet.
Not Tinubu
I won't be here making slight campaign for Tinubu. No.
Okay, yes.
It may be you want Tinubu, but for me, I'm not a Tinubu fan.
Never. But as far as we are not getting other candidates from the southern region, that is why I'm saying that right now.
No, by next year, by January next year, the candidates will come out. I can assure you that.
Okay, yeah, we are expecting that candidate. Of course, we all want the best for Nigeria, right, Mr.
Tinubu has not proven to me. For me, this is my concern with Tinubu. Tinubu has not proven to me that he is capable of living above religious proclivities. That is just my basic concern, because the level of religious bias in Nigeria today is overwhelming. It will take a dogged person who has no religious bias to come in and dissipate this religious bias, because it is this religious bias in our polity that is translating into this Biafra agitation, Odua agitation, this agitation, because a group of people came into Nigerian polity and believe that the only way you can qualify to become a boss or a leader in anything is when you are a Muslim. These are facts that we cannot begin to shy away from, because if you look at everything, it's Muslim, Islam, and Nigeria is not an Islamic nation. Nigeria is a secular country. So you cannot just be sweeping Christians away as if Christians don't matter in this country. I cannot allow my intellectual depth to shy away from these facts. It's the truth, and it's the truth.
So what we should be also saying is that let democracy strive in this upcoming election. let people vote their conscience, right? So, and we are
Yeah.
still expecting other candidates to emerge by
Yeah.
next year, according to your prediction, that we'll see more candidates from the southern
They will
region.
appear.
Yeah, by next year, at least by early next year, we should be seeing people coming out, from the
The
south. Okay,
fraternity,
let's just
the fraternity between Tinubu and the cabal is too strong for us to have confidence that he will look after the interests of the entire South. We want a president that will look at the interests of the South and the interests of Nigeria in general.
Okay, so let's just assume that we're expecting more candidates to emerge by next year. So thank you, Mr. Uraka. We have discussed more in detail about leadership imbalance between the southern and northern political elites in Nigeria, and we'll continue with this discussion before election. So let's follow the trend and see who's gonna,
Don't forget to join Presidency Must Come to the South on Facebook.
Yeah, okay, you have the Facebook page already, right? You have it.
Yeah, Presidency
Okay.
Must Come to South. Just check and go there.
Not only presidency must come to the south, let democracy strive in this upcoming election.
Okay.
Let people vote their
Okay.
conscience.
No wahala.
Whoever wins this upcoming election should be based on democracy. You understand? Because you cannot force the presidency to come to the southern region. I would disagree with you, Mr. Raka, if you continue
Okay, no problem.
to
I
do that.
agree.
So let democracy strive. You understand? So INEC has been compromised in Nigeria. We don't want that in this upcoming election. So democracy is what we are advocating for in Nigeria in this upcoming election. Okay, because if we are saying a presidency must come to the south, people will say, okay, then are we trying to divide the country? Well, we know fully well that Nigeria is a
No, we must exhibit policies that aligns themselves with the peculiarities of Nigeria. Nigeria is a multi-ethnic society and
yes,
a multi-religious distinct. We cannot have a system of polity because we want to massage our intellectual brilliance to say that, well, let democracy strive. When you say that, you feel that, well, you are towing the line of political correctness. When you bring me on your show, you should know that I'm not a politically correct person. I give it straight to you the way it is. The North will never play along this line of thinking that you are doing. That has been established, even in this discussion. They will never play democracy. No northern man that will go and vote for Wike because Wike will bring, even if the evidence is there that it's going to rule this country well. No other man will vote. So when we have a section of the country playing religious politics and we are playing Western education politics, we will keep crying for the next 10 years. Thank you very much.
But Mr. Raka, we cannot normalize the corruption in the system.
No, let the North prove that they are capable of not playing religious politics. Then we can begin to talk about this normal thing. The reality of Nigeria is that it is what it is.
Yes, I understand that. We are trying to make things work here. So we cannot normalize corruption in the system.
I agree that we cannot normalize corruption in the system. And let me shock you. If I have another man that can really come and say, yes, you want to change the scenario of this Fulani menace, Fulani invasion of farmland. I hate calling it farmers headers clash. It's not a clash. It's headers invasion of farmland. So if you have a president that come and say, okay, you want to ban cows, you create ranching. We can't be in a country, 21st century country, where cows are being knocked over on our highways. Do you know how many accidents cows have caused on our roads? We want a president that can stop this nonsense. Take us to a 21st generation thinking, 21st generation mindset, and not this primitiveness that these old buffoons are trying to bring into our contemporary way of living or contemporary politics.
Mr. Raka, can you change that your title to this upcoming election? Democracy must strive, something like that, something that has to do.
I will try. I will try.
We want equity. You understand? Equity is what we are striving for in Nigeria. So saying that presidency must come to the south is like ethnic division. You are promoting ethnic division in Nigeria. So we want the unity.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm not my ethnic inclination is provoked by the resolve of the cabal to play religious politics.
Okay, yeah, you can change the title, please, because
no, nothing spoil.
It's too obvious. You understand? It's
No
promoting a
wahala.
kind of division like that. Let's look at democracy. Democracy is what we are all advocating
But
for in Nigeria.
then again, when we define democracy, democracy is not when only Northerners rule this country.
Yes, and
Democracy
then
is not when only Northerners lose control. But I will not fall for the narration or the narrative that suggests that leadership can only emanate from the North.
I understand that. Well, Mr. Raka,
So I want to make that very correct.
Let me give you this advice. The title should carry something that, you know, a kind of inclusiveness of all Nigerians. Then
I will think about it.
In between that, you can discuss. Oh, okay, this presidency, you know, the Northerners, the political positions are all concentrated in the hands of the Northerners. Then it is time for the presidency to come to the South. So it can be a subtitle under the bigger title. You understand? So the title should not say presidency must come to the South.
I will change it. I will change it to better governance initiative.
Okay. In a democratic society like Nigeria, people will question
initiative
that
for better governance. Okay, I'll put it like that. Remind me. Type and initiative for better governance.
People will question such titles, saying that, okay, have you neglected this idea of democracy in Nigeria or what? Don't you think that
that's true? The point taken.
Okay.
Point taken. No, okay. Really, I admit. Point taken. I agree totally. I am not biased. If you give a superior perspective, I accept. So again, I will change it to initiative for better governance.
Yes, in 2023, something like that. So then
initiative for better governance.
Then you start building on it. But don't forget to include 2023, because we are looking at 2023 now, how we can shape the election. Okay. For the betterment of all Nigerians. For the betterment of all Nigerians. Okay?
It's okay.
So we have to be inclusive in our titles, inclusive in our discussion, because even in the northern region, many northerners are not happy with the governance of Buhari's administration. So we should be inclusive. We should be example. We are not here to promote division. So that is what I stand for. Okay. So
I agree.
Democracy must be actualized in this upcoming election in Nigeria. So thank you all for watching, Mr. Raka. Thank you so much. For all our viewers today, if today is your first time of visiting our channel, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook profile. And next time I'll come back with Mr. Raka. We'll continue with this discussion up to 2023. We're going to continue with this discussion. Democracy must be actualized in this upcoming election in Nigeria. So thank you all. Thank you, Mr. Raka. And bye for now, everybody. Happy weekend. Have a wonderful weekend.